I want to read to you the injuries. That the child's name is Carolina. She's still alive today, but she is permanently bedridden. She has permanent damage, cerebral palsy, that is a result of long-term child abuse. I want to read to you the injuries that were presented in court to this judge at the time of that previous prosecution. Acute fracture of the posterior left rib, fifth rib, healing fractures of the posterior lateral 6th, 7th, and 10th through 12th ribs, healing fractures of the 6th and 9th through 12th ribs, partial bone fracture of the skull, brain hemorrhage, significant prevertebral soft tissue swelling of the neck, and a healing tibia fracture of the right leg. This is severe abuse for an infant.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to HotCupDaily. Today, we're going to be diving back into an update on the case of Baby Emmanuel Haro. But before we get into the update of Baby Emmanuel Haro, I want to kind of rewind this story back to a case that Jake Haro had prior to Baby Emmanuel Haro going missing. But before we play this press conference, I want you to really listen, not to just what's being said, but what it means. We're talking about two babies, Carolina Haro and Baby Emmanuel Haro, whose lives will never be the same. These details are hard to hear, but we need to hear them, because if we don't talk about it, then nothing changes. This isn't just about one courtroom decision. It's about a system that keeps failing our children, who can't speak for themselves, who can't defend themselves. I want you to pay close attention to every word this district attorney says. This is about what could have been prevented and who had the power to prevent it.
In 2018, Jake Haro with his ex-wife, there's another child who they were prosecuted for child abuse as well, child neglect, cruelty. That child was also an infant, and that came to the courts, arrested in 2018. It came in to the courts in 2023. We had charged various felony crimes, child abuse, child cruelty, and our indication or our what we wanted out of the case was prison. We believed it was a prison case, and that Jake Haro should have gone to prison. Jake Haro pled straight up to the court, which sometimes reporters get this wrong. We call it a plea bargain. Judges are not allowed to plea bargain. Defendants can plea bargain with the prosecutor, but when a defendant pleads up to the court, they plead to everything that they've been charged with, and they're essentially throwing themselves on the mercy of the court. In this case, a judge here in Riverside County, happened to have been a visiting judge from San Bernardino County, gave Mr. Haro a suspended sentence, which means, if I can translate for you what that is, it means that instead of sending him to prison, he chose to give him probation and suspend prison time sort of over his head, meaning that if he violated his probation, he would then go to prison. My prosecutor in the courtroom objected to that and said on the record, we object. We think it's a prison case. You should send him to prison. And the judge decided, as is the judge's right to do in that case, he decided that Mr. Haro deserved an extra break and gave him probation and basically 180 days of work release, which ends up being like community service. I will say that it was an outrageous error in judgment by this judge. And I don't have any problem saying that. I'm not attacking the judge personally. That decision was absolutely outrageous. Mr. Haro should have been in prison at the time that this crime happened. And if that judge had done his job as he should have done, Emmanuel would be alive today. And that's a shame, and it's an outrage. And I hate to say that, but when our criminal justice system breaks down, I'm going to just call it like it is and tell you it broke down. It's not how it's supposed to work. The judge had obviously meant well. At the end of their sentence, he told Jake, I'm giving you a big break today. Don't mess it up. But I want to point something out to you. I want to read to you the injuries. That the child's name is Carolina. She is still alive today, but she is permanently bedridden. She has permanent damage, cerebral palsy, that is a result of long-term child abuse. I want to read to you the injuries that were presented in court to this judge at the time of that previous prosecution. Acute fracture of the posterior left rib, fifth rib, healing fractures of the posterior lateral 6th, 7th, and 10th through 12th ribs, healing fractures of the 6th and 9th through 12th ribs, partial bone fracture of the skull, brain hemorrhage, significant prevertebral soft tissue swelling of the neck, and a healing tibia fracture of the right leg. This is severe abuse for an infant. And so whatever you think of the criminal justice system and people need a break, someone who does that to a child belongs in prison, period.
We've seen the facts, we've heard the district attorney, and we've watched how one decision from a courtroom rippled into the lives of 2 innocent babies. My question for you is this, my community. What do you believe needs to change in our justice system so that repeat offenders never get the chance to harm another child or person? Do you think that this judge's decision to grant probation instead of prison time played a big part in what happened next to baby Emmanuel? What would accountability look like for a system that keeps letting abusers slip through the cracks? And most importantly, what can we as a community do to try to protect our children who can't protect themselves, speak for themselves, or defend themselves? I want your honest opinions and thoughts in the comments, because these conversations truly matter. Every time we talk about cases like this, I feel like we shine a light that can help change the system or make some sort of difference. So tell me what you think, and not just about this case, but about how this broken system not only failed 2 children, but needs to be fixed. Thanks again for all your support and tuning in to HotCupDaily. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more future updates on cases that matter.